So there is a lot going on here, but we're going to start with the numbers 10 and 2, the coefficients here, and go to the A's, the B's, and the C's and take it piece by piece. So starting with the 10 and the 2, 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. Since the larger number is up top, and it's a whole number, we're going to put it up top the fraction. Now, let's go ahead and look at the A's. A to the negative 1 over A to the 7. Subtract the larger exponent from the smaller, so 7 minus a negative 1. That'll be 7 plus 1, which is 8. Larger exponent is at the bottom, so we have A to the 8 at the bottom. Looking at the B's. 6 minus a negative 1 will be 6 plus 1, which is 7. Larger exponent is up top, so B to the 7. Looking at C's. 7 minus a negative 2, or 7 plus 2 is 9. Larger exponent is at the bottom, so C to the 9 at the bottom. And that's going to be the answer, so let's type it in. So we have 5b to the 7th all over A to the 8, C to the 9. And that's number 20. Okay, it says rewrite without rational exponents and simplify possible for number 21. So what we got to remember is when we have a variable raised to a fractional exponent, the numerator and the denominator mean something. The numerator up top is the power it's all being raised to. The denominator is the root. So it's being raised to the power of 1, and this is a fourth root. So rewriting that, you don't have to write the power because it's just being raised to the first power, which is itself. But fourth root, I'm going to click this one, type in 4 for fourth root, and x, again with the power of 1, so just leave it as x. And that's number 21. Alright, number 22, it says rewrite the expression in radical form. So the only thing with a fractional exponent is the x, so that means we can simply just put the 4 here. Nothing else is being done with that. Now, looking at the fractional exponent, the numerator is the power, the denominator is the root. So we have a power of 1, and it's 2, so square root. So we're going to choose square root of x. Now, x is only risen to the exponent of 1 because of that power, so leave it as x. So 4 root x would be number 22. Right, 23, you have 25x to the 1/2 power, so let's take a closer look at that. Alright, in this one, everything inside of here is being raised to the 1/2 power, so let's raise each of those to that. So we have 25 to the 1/2 power, and x to the 1/2 power. Now remember, the numerator represents the power, and the denominator represents the root, so this is going to be a square root being raised to the first power. So we have square root of 25 times the square root of x. Now the square root of 25 is 5. Square root of x, just leave it as square root of x. So my answer is going to be 5 radical x. So I'll type in 5 radical x for number 23. Number 24 says rewrite the expression with rational exponents. Now remember, when you have rational exponents, when you have a fraction as an exponent, you will write the root as a denominator and the numerator as the power. So we have, as my exponent, 6 is my power, and 5 is my root. So 6 over 5 for number 24. This is fifth root, and x is being raised to the 6th power, so this is my answer. That's number 24. Okay, number 25. It is asking you to simplify the expression using the properties of exponents, and then write the expression in radical form. So let's take a look at that. So when we have two variables being multiplied with exponents, we add the exponents together. So 7 over 12 plus 1/2 is going to be 13 over 12. Now that's the first part of our answer, so let's type that in. So it first tells us to write the exponential notation form. So we would have x to the 13 over 12. And that's the first part of it. The second part wants it in radical form, so let's go back and see how to do that. So remember, The numerator is the power our exponent is being raised to. The denominator is the root. So it's going to be 12th root and x to the 13th power. So this is how I'm going to have to write this in radical form. So 12th root and x to the 13th power. That's number 25. 26 is asking us to graph the exponential function, and we have a choice of A, B, C, or D. So let's put this in the calculator and see what our graph will look like. So go to y equals, type in 2 to the exponent of x, and press graph. Okay, then this shows us what our graph is going to look like. Let's look at our answers. So my answer clearly has to be B. That one matches our graph. That's number 26. Number 27 is asking you to evaluate the function for the given value. We're told x is 3 and we're given 6 to the x. So I'm taking the x out and replacing it with 3. So I'm going to have 6 to the third power. 6 to the third power is 216. And that's number 27. Number 28, we're doing the same thing. We're evaluating. This one I'm going to want to put right into the calculator. So let's do that. So I have 24 times 2.5 to the x. That means the exponent is x. We're told x equals 2, so replace x with 2, so we'll have 2.5 squared. Press enter, we'll have 150, so my answer is going to be 150. So 150 is my answer for number 28. 29, we are told a population of 65 foxes in a wildlife preserve doubles in size every 12 years. The function y equals 65 times 2 to the exponent of x, where x is the number of 12-year periods, models the population growth. How many foxes will be there after 24 years? Now, in 24 years, there is 2 12-year periods, because 12 times 2 is 24. So x will be 2 in this case. So we're going to replace x with 2 and evaluate it and see. So let's go to our calculator. So we have 65 times 2 squared, which is 260. That means there will be 260 foxes after 24 years. That's number 29. Number 30 is asking you to graph the equation and then choose the correct graph. So we could just use a calculator for that. Okay, so go to y equals, click parenthesis, alpha, y equals, and enter, and type in 1/2. Press over, close your parentheses, and then exponent of x, and then press graph. Now this is what our graph looks like, so let's see which of our choices matches it. Okay, looking at my choices, my answer is going to have to be A for number 30. And that's the Unit 7 study guide.